So my name is Stephen Tyler, and I live in Hampton, New Brunswick. And I have a 2019 Chevrolet Bolt EV with one of the new traction batteries that was replaced after the recall. I mean, I think everybody that is looking at buying an EV, you've heard of the term range anxiety. I think it's a very common thing, and I think it's really, really overemphasized because after talking with a variety of EV owners, I just realized that when you drive an electric vehicle, that you have to think a little bit differently than when you drive a gasoline vehicle. It's very similar, but instead of thinking of, if you drive your gas-powered vehicle, there's going to be a point that you have to fill it with gas. An electric vehicle is exactly the same, except that even with fast charging, it takes a little bit longer. So during a longer trip, I would think about making a stop at a time when I would do another activity. So for example, if I was traveling and I needed to do a DC fast charge, I'd plug the car into the charger, and if we had our dog with us, I'd take the dog for a walk. Maybe we would use the bathroom, get a coffee or something. You know what I mean? And by that, by the that time, 15, 20 minutes goes past, and I have enough energy I need to continue on my trip. So that's sort of how I, just talking to people, and then after I got the vehicle, learned that, what, range anxiety is just like anything else. You have to think and you have to plan a bit, but it really wasn't an issue, especially after I got the car. When I was looking at getting an electric vehicle, winter range was a big question for myself, simply because once you start learning about different electric vehicles, some have heat pumps, some use a resistive heater, like basically using the battery for power, and that's what my Bolt has. My Bolt has resistive heating, so in the winter, especially if it's cold, like, the range definitely drops. I have seen 30, in some cases upwards of 40%. That would be a very high number. Range loss if it was extremely cold. I like my cabin warm in the winter, so I'm a person, I take my coat off when I drive. I have the heated seats on. I don't. Some people to get more range will, maybe just put heated seats on and use minimal heat. But for myself, I like to be comfortable. So, the range definitely is affected, but I just make a choice. I still have a gasoline powered vehicle as well, if I did need to go suddenly on some long trip, but that hasn't happened yet. I just plan ahead with my electric vehicle. Do practical things like I use departure charging in the winter. So when the level 2 charger is charging, it actually heats up the battery, because a warmer battery means they're going to get a little bit more efficiency. And I also try to preheat the cabin, to get it, at least get the inside of the car up to temperature, so that I am leaving as much of the battery for my trip as I need to.